Welcome to Classic Game Room. Even if you're a retro gamer, you're still living in the future. So why should you be inconvenienced with old-fashioned wires while playing your Super Nintendo? Maybe it's time to step it up to wireless technology with the ACCLAIM Dual Turbo wireless controller. That rattles into the microphone.
Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Here's a Super Nintendo awaiting wired controllers, but you're smarter than that. You're going to use wireless technology from the space age to play your 16-bit Super Nintendo video games. You know who used old-fashioned wires? Single-cell organisms forming in a pond at the dawn of time. You have more than one cell, probably. You're a future person and can think beyond wires, but still want to play 16-bit video games, because you have good taste. Plug the wireless adapter into the front of your Super Nintendo and install 4 AAA batteries into each controller, and you're ready to rock, provided you have a clear line of sight, because the controllers do need to see the Super Nintendo in order to work with it. Sometimes these older wireless controllers can feel gimmicky and poorly designed, but in this case, the ACCLAIM Dual Turbo controller and adapter are really nice, and this thing works a lot better than I expected it to. For one thing, the controller itself feels like a real Super Nintendo controller. It's a bit larger, but that's not a bad thing if you've grown up and have bigger hands. But most importantly, the wireless part of it is not so finicky that you have to be pointing directly at the Super Nintendo. You still can't obstruct its view or point it the opposite direction or play from a different room, but it does what it's supposed to do. It allows you to play Super Nintendo naturally without wires. That's why this controller is really good. If you have your Super Nintendo in front of you sitting next to the TV 10 or 15 feet away, this eliminates a lot of wire clutter, and it's a very comfortable controller to use. Even if this thing had a wire, it would be a nice controller. As the name suggests, it also has a turbo button and slowdown feature, which are fairly commonplace these days. It's the wireless part of this that makes it exciting, although it does drain batteries quickly, so you'll want to have some rechargeable AAAs handy when wirelessly rocking the Super Nintendo. And you'll know it's working when you see the little red light blinking at you as you're pushing buttons on the controller. Although you should also be able to tell if it's working by playing the game. ACCLAIM has seen its name tarnished throughout the years with a number of poor releases, but this thing is not one of them. The Dual Turbo controller, with futuristic wireless technology, does exactly what it's supposed to do well. So a big thanks to our friend Chip from Alabama for sending this thing to the show. Along with the King of the Monsters 2 game in the background, I used this controller while recording footage for that review. And I like this thing. No longer do you have to worry about tripping over a bunch of wires and impaling yourself on an Atari joystick.